Hello, everybody. Welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I'm the Outback Al.
I'm hot for justice.
I'm keeping you.
And I'm in V Jitters.
And we're back once again with week, whatever this is. What week is it? I'm never going to remember it, but I guess just tell me at some point at the beginning of these.
I think this was number 8?
Week 8.
Yeah,
Okay.
week 8.
Week 8 of our summer anime watch party doodad thing. We watched things, and we saw episode 7 of Copcraft, episode 8 of Kanata no Astra, and episodes 9 and 10 of Steins this week. See, I had that on my brain. I had that ready to go. Is everybody's week going well? I did once again. I put it off until the last minute. I literally finished watching Copcraft and Kanata like an hour before we got on this. So
Procrastination, my dude.
well, part of it is
But hey, at least everything will be everything will be fresh on your mind then.
that's exactly like I think why I do it, because like sometimes I'll put it off, or like I'll watch something, and I got like a couple different things going on during my week where it's like I'm either watching a bunch of things or I have to do a bunch of things, and it's like I sometimes forget certain details. So sometimes it's a little easier for me whenever I'm like coming right off of it and we get right into it afterwards.
Right.
It's just, we got to do like 4 episodes a week, and it's like, oh, so I got to make sure I got like a 2 to 3 hour block ready right before we start doing this. Anyway, I mean, when did you watch them?
Yesterday.
Well, at least one of them you had to watch. Yeah, we're recording this on a Thursday, so Kanata just came out yesterday.
I had a day off yesterday, so
Always fun. Alrighty then. So, well, we might as well get into it. I think we've been starting with Copcraft the last couple times, so we can get into that. So we start with a sting operation, which is something we haven't seen since the first episode, which is kind of cool. This time we're taking down a prostitution ring with Tilly being an underage prostitute. Which, I mean, hey, if you're gonna do it, you play to your type, I guess. And they trap a politician. I think he's a mayoral candidate in the sting, and he's fighting back because obviously he's a politician. He can't do anything wrong. And we see. I was like noticing because my internet connection was kind of skipping a little bit. So whenever I watch the theme songs this time around, I'm like noticing a lot more details in both this and Kanata. We'll get to the Kanata one later, but I kept seeing like a lot of the other characters pop up, and they're there for like half a second in a lot of it, but it's like, oh, we're showing like every character that's in this series. And I was like looking, I'm like, okay, that guy's dead, that guy's dead, these people haven't shown up, there's a girl with a camera and she hasn't shown up. This is the girl with a camera episode. And she was a sex worker who was also at the brothel with Tilly when she was undercover. I guess she didn't get in trouble for prostitution because she's out on the streets. And she got out on bail, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Tilly just starts hanging out with her. And Kay's going like, yeah, you can't be hanging out with people like you were investigating. You're gonna get like some conflict of interest, or you're gonna get like run into a lot of issues. What if you have to testify against them, or they have to testify with you? It's gonna get weird. But she's not listening at all. So she's going and hanging out with Pretty Woman for a while, and Pretty Woman's hobby is photography and selling secrets to the politician who's getting in trouble because he gets a hold of some of the evidence against him, and they're trying to make a case so that they can't prosecute him. And I guess it's going pretty well for him. And then she gets murdered by a hitman who is hired by the politician's wife, who she's the real threat. I'm thinking, I think we might be getting past the point of like episode to episode villain setups. I think that like we might. I want to see more Carmen Desposito, but I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing possibly the politician's wife as the next main antagonist. That's my theory anyway, because, like, yeah, you would think it's the politician himself, but no, it's he is not the one in charge at all in that particular scenario. So,
Right.
what do you guys think?
I think it might play into the next episode for sure.
Oh, definitely, because
but
we
I
didn't fully
feel like they
resolve
left
it.
too many threads loose with Carmen Desposito for them to just let it stay there.
No, I know he's definitely
With
coming
his
back. I'm
storyline.
thinking either this
He'll probably be
politician.
back for the last 3 episodes.
I hope so. I miss him. He had a lot of interesting things going on with him, even though he had some DM bullshit.
Right.
I'm thinking look, the guy already corrupted a police chief. I'm more than willing to bet that he's got his hands in with a mayoral candidate to get his shit together or to do stuff. So I think that he'll probably be connected to the politician's wife and be able to manipulate the guy through her. That's just a theory on my end.
That doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Yeah. It's like we know he's the main villain and he's going to have to come back, but I feel like we're going to need secondary villains because the secondary villains we've been seeing so far, like the vampire, they don't last very long.
No.
So, interested in seeing where it's going. What do you guys think overall of like the stuff that they were like doing in this one with like? I kind of think this was just an episode for Tilly to kind of see like that the human world can kind of be like corrupted and like the justice system doesn't always work.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this was definitely more of a character building episode rather than a plot heavy episode.
Yeah.
For sure. Because otherwise, I would feel like we'd be getting some more forward momentum, but we kind of just like stuck in one place. So.
A little bit, but I think that place was set up for later plot.
Yeah, I mean
Like-
a little bit, but maybe not a whole lot unless there's some kind of weird conspiracy going on or something.
I'm more than willing to bet there might be.
Yeah.
I mean, we're about halfway through the series, we're assuming. I don't know.
would assume
Yeah, it's a
so.
12 episode.
It's a 12 episode one? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're a little over halfway through, so.
Yeah, so we have to be getting into something. And we've already established that there is corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Because it goes into the gritty detective story stuff. So
Right.
and this guy's already getting away with prostitution. He's
Yeah.
probably wrapped up in some other things.
Uh-huh.
So, I feel like this was just like this is setting up part of a secondary antagonist to go with Carmen Desposito, and
Right.
and it also gave Tilly some emotional investment into the whole thing because they murdered her friend. So now she's kind of in the same boat as Kay, where he was like, we don't have all the details, but I'm assuming like he was like one of the like few survivors of his squad getting killed in that swamp that Carmen blew up or whatever happened during the war.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. The two characters might connect a little bit more based on that mutual loss, misery loves company type thing.
Right.
And outside of that, I mean, it's like the last two episodes have done nothing but slowly rock Tilly's world in seeing, oh God, the world is so much worse than I thought it was.
Well, I think it's just bringing her down to the fact that, like, I guess this reality that she's now in is very different from the world that she's from.
Yeah.
And also, it's not just even so much, like, the humans of this world and just this world in general, but it's also, like, her own people coming over to this side and seeing, like, what it does to them or how they'll act in this world. Like, kind of just throws her for a loop considering how she thinks people are honorable and understanding and,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see how she reacts to that, because I have a feeling this is not the last we'll see of that particular running theme throughout this. So it'll be interesting to see where all that goes. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Was there any other parts that stuck out to you guys that were...
Not really. I kind of was going in and out of this episode, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a little slower. I get that. The last one was a little slow, too.
I also think the wife of the politician, I think she could also be in league with Carmen Desposito, but I also think that
she's the one pulling the strings.
I was gonna say, she kind of reminds me of the politician's wife, where like she's caught, like the guy's caught up in a scandal, and she says that she supports him, but deep down it's like, yeah, I know you're guilty. I'm just waiting. I'm just biding my time.
No, yeah, he's a means to an end for her. I mean, that's yeah. I'm not gonna be at all surprised when they're like, she's the power behind the throne, because the politician isn't the one who got the girl killed. It was the wife. She's just like, I took care of it.
Well, like when you first see her in the limo, she just kind of says, "Don't worry, I will support you," in like a big monotone way. It's like she doesn't mean it at all.
And she's like, "Don't fucking touch me."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, not to say, like, I've seen that everywhere, but, like, it's not, like, an uncommon trope, I don't think, where you see that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Tilly might be taking up photography now, maybe.
Yeah.
She at least snapped a few pictures at the end. Kind of, unlike, I don't think it's on that level, but I feel like I'm getting vibes of Bebop out of this series.
So?
Especially, like, this episode a little bit. Like, some of the beats that they were taking, and sort of, like, because, like, again, I think it was probably done better in Bebop, but this was essentially a Bebop episode where you go to a place, you meet a person who has something going on, they're sympathetic, they're interesting, the characters like them, you kind of like them. Yeah, and then things go wrong because they got involved in some stuff that they probably shouldn't have, and then they die. And then you got to move on and live your life. And I like the to be continued thing where it like goes with a snapshot. It felt like instead of the to be continued, actually it's kind of down in the same corner. It could have been like, see ya, Space Cowboy.
That's what I said originally whenever we first started watching this show. That it felt old school in its approach.
Yeah, and I like that kind of thing. I wouldn't say they're necessarily copying it. It just evokes kind of the same feel, and that's one of my favorite anime. So, I got no complaints whenever someone like is kind of pulling a bit of a bebop.
When someone is bebopping.
Yeah, bebopping. I think that should be a verb. I mean, it's so rare to see it happen because I don't think anyone else is willing to try to be on that level because it was such like
Netflix is.
Netflix have made a lot of decisions that are just like, wow, that's a decision. But
No, I mean Netflix is making its own live action version.
I'm aware. I'm not happy.
They also said that about like Avatar though, and then they didn't.
Well, how much backlash did they get for it? Because I'm pretty sure there was probably going to be a lot of it after the last thing.
It's still in development, and the original creators of the show are producers on it, but still, why would you try to create perfection twice?
Well, because you think you're going to get more money out of it. I mean, that's why everyone tries to capture lightning in a bottle a second time and gets electrocuted the second time. And I think Cowboy Bebop's one of those shows. I'm not necessarily saying this is also one of those shows because, again, it's not on Bebop's level, but it's evoking levels of it that I'm enjoying. We can talk about a Bebop adaptation another time if you want. That's a whole other podcast.
Let's just call that the rant.
Yeah, you guys know I can rant when I want to, but I don't know that
yeah.
this is the place.
No, we'll just call that episode the rant.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If we do more of these, if this gets bigger and we just start doing a lot more stuff, maybe we'll just have a lot more opinion-based random. I mean, this is all opinion-based, I guess. I mean, we're not saying definitively this is the quality of this show, blah, blah. This is all opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we have anything else to say about this?
Nope.
Okay, so let's talk about Kanata. Move on to that. So, last time we had a person come out of hypersleep thing and hibernation. Yes, that's the word. I didn't know it started with an H. And yes, they found a ship that is exactly like theirs, but not theirs. And a person is on there, Sleeping Beauty, and they're Polona. Did I get that right? Paulina.
Oh, yeah.
I was completely wrong about who that was. I feel like an idiot. I thought it was the girl from Charles's flashback. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was wondering about that theory, but yeah. So it's about 12 years ago, I guess, that they were put in there, and they're like, yeah, I woke up and everyone left because we crashed, and because basically the same thing that happened to you guys happened to me. They all left. They didn't come back, and then I froze myself. And they're like, well, hey, you got us now. He's like, yay, I'm so happy to be going home. Oh, no, our ship's broke.
Yep.
And, yeah. But the whole time, I'm just, like, shouting at the screen, do the Star Trek thing. Do the Star Trek thing. It's like, we have a broken ship. You have a broken ship. Let's combine the working parts of those broken ships and get out of here.
And then Ares listened to you and said, what if we take the broken part of this ship, or the non-broken part of this ship, and put it with the non-broken part of the other ship? And it just has like a, oh my god, that's a good idea.
Thank God those things were made modularly. This was actually a much funnier episode than I thought we were going to be getting out of last survivor from another ship kind of thing.
It was also far more informative.
Yeah, in a couple of ways. Why don't you go on that? I have a couple of things I want to talk about a little later, but
Okay, so do we want to talk about plot things first, or can I just go into my thing?
I don't know. Is your thing a plot thing? Is it a? Do we just want to go over the whole plot? Because I feel like we covered the beginning of it for the most part.
Yeah, well, two plot things, but one comes at the end.
I think I know what you're
talking about. And the other one is like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
yeah. What do we feel like doing? We can hop around. It's not that big of a deal. They're hopping planets. We
Okay.
can hop around the plot.
Well, at the time when, like, I think before they put the ships back together, like, Paulina asks Yunhua, what year it is.
Yeah.
And
That's going to be one of those things.
2063, and Paulina has a very extreme reaction, considering she's been gone for so long, which means I'm thinking that, like, the ship and the crew that she was with, their mission was sabotaged.
I don't know if it was
because-
sabotage. Well, go for your thing. I have my own theory on that.
Well, if she's been out in space for 12 years, then I'm thinking maybe the same thing that happened to the kids, aside from the crazy wormhole, might have happened to her and her crewmates.
Maybe.
What's your theory?
Well, my theory is, okay, it's hard to say exactly when the Astra, the ship that they found, was from, though you could argue, since they're basically the same as the one that this person, like, crashed 12 years ago, they're about the same era. And I believe they called theirs the Arc 6.
Yes.
And it was a small crew, and they're like exploration. And I think she was mentioning that it was for exploration. For
Like finding basically other
yes,
M-class
other
planets
that we could inhabit. I think they were on an interstellar mission, where
Okay.
possibly 6 ships were sent out to multiple planets to try to find a place to colonize because something bad was going to happen on Earth. And it was going to not be livable anymore. And she's like, 12 years? That was the time limit that they said we had to find something. Oh my god, did it happen? Everyone's like, what happen? So basically their mission was useless. And that's probably weighing on her a little bit. Or maybe something might be happening soon. It just hasn't happened yet. I'm feeling like there's some sort of catastrophe was coming that her and quite possibly even the crew of the original Astra might have been trying to find an escape from. But
Maybe.
that's at least my thoughts on it. I feel like it's going to be revealed eventually, so we'll find out. But, we'll see whose theory holds water by the end. But, yeah. Remember Luca was breaking the fourth wall for a minute there. I enjoyed that. There was a lot of... It was a funny episode for bits and bobs. Because
The whole sequence with Zach and Ketery.
Yes.
In the middle of the episode.
Oh, that was so freaking cute.
That was fun. Just the one who freaks out and the one who does nothing.
And Ketery just freaks out. I want to marry you, and Zach's just like, huh?
Huh? He's like, I thought this was already decided upon.
But I've been in love with you this whole time. He just never said anything, I guess.
Ah!
We promised each other when we were kids. We don't mean it when we kids. I thought we did mean it.
Yeah, apparently she's been pining for no reason.
And he just kind of
He's
thought
just like,
it was.
I thought this was a done
basically
deal.
sentenced to- yeah.
But I thought you said you wanted to marry me. We were 5. I'm like, so? I thought this was gonna be a thing. Do you not want to now? Or you saying you didn't mean it back then?
That whole exchange was just
If
too cute.
If you're listening to us and you haven't watched it, go watch it because it's funny.
It's adorable.
It's good.
It was funny.
And I like how Ares immediately after she said, astrolog day, whatever, Ketery and Zach promised to marry each other that day.
Yeah, it pretty much sums it up. Glad we resolved that. We knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
We knew how thirsty that girl was. Like she's trying to have other people date just so she can feel that a little bit.
She wants to live vicariously through them.
Yeah. And now she doesn't have to. Don't gotta worry about it anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, so all that happens. We got some character plot, we got some main plot, we got them well, they're off the planet. They're moving on because they fixed the ship.
And then Paulina, they're in the middle of a conversation. I don't exactly remember what it was about.
It was something in regard to just getting back to Earth or having a party or whatever.
Right.
And Kittery's not really paying attention because she's concerned about the blood types because everyone took some blood to see if they could give Paulina a transfusion.
There is more than just ABO, RH blood types, which is very true.
Yeah.
Because all your different blood types can basically dictate like all kinds of various things about you.
Yeah, there's a lot of elements in there.
Oh yeah.
But the big thing was, you'd say it.
Yeah. What this leads to is Paulina making the comment of, "Oh, I thought you two were actually sisters," when they say, "Oh no, she's adopted."
Well, yeah, but the only reason they brought
look-
it up is because they're like, yeah, we have the same blood type for some reason.
Yeah, exact same blood type, which is very, very rare.
Especially in these weird circumstances that they have.
Yeah. So, they basically run a DNA test, and
Because I
Zach-
think they're assuming, quite similar to we did way early in the series, that Funi is actually like an illegitimate child that from Kitteri's family, and they were air quotes adopted back into the family. But then later on,
Cloning!
yeah,
But
our
then-
other theory came true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zach does the DNA test, only goes and tells Kanata that apparently Kitteri and Funi are the same person. Which
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
betting that same DNA sequence is also found in the mom.
Probably. And you could probably say the same about Zach and maybe
Uh-huh.
Kanata and maybe a bunch of them, and they're just trying to dispose of some stuff.
Yep.
I-
Yep.
Which, if we're going into...
I'm going with the theory train.
So, it's possible that all of them could be clones, but I don't think so for sure.
I'm definitely banking on Kiri,
We can bank on a
Funi,
few.
Zach, Yunhua, and one other person. My brain just stopped working.
Ulfgar?
Him
Him and his
possibly.
brother
But
look
I'm-
way alike.
Yeah, and then
Heck,
I
even
think
Zach looks oddly like his own father.
Zach. Well, the thing is you knowing how parents are. Well, at least loving parents anyway, how they are with their children's artwork and the things that their kids make for them. They keep
Yeah.
that stuff and they hang it on a fridge.
Yeah, there was a scene where
he
Zach
just
gave his dad
Threw
a
it
picture.
in the garbage, which tells me that
He didn't give two shits.
he didn't give two shits, and it might just be because that's just something that he himself made. Because that is a clone of himself. He doesn't view it as his actual child.
No. He's more of an experiment than anything else.
Right.
So,
I hear a kitty. It's not
Oh.
mine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah. So, it could be possible that everyone in here is a clone or just trying to be disposed of in some form or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Who can say for sure? We don't know yet. We know it's all connected somehow because this whole genetics, scientific marvel stuff keeps being brought up handedly in conversation, and now we have a confirmation that there's a clone, at least one. There will be more, I guarantee it.
Yep.
But I wanted to bring up one thing that's kind of weird to me, and I feel like I have to maybe go back and look to confirm some of this stuff.
What?
But okay, so you remember I was saying earlier, like I had a bad connection, so it was buffering a lot during the opening credits, and the yeah. So everyone else's name gets shown in the Astra intro. Kanata,
Yes.
Ulfgar, everyone.
Yes.
Ares' name is upside down, and no one's else was. Now, I don't know if that just, like, changed. Like, maybe some people's names were upside down until we got their backstory or something. I was like, I don't know. I'd have to
Nope.
go back and look. But,
Nope.
yeah. Okay.
I think Ares is the only one that has her name upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
they're
that's
probably
either...
doing that for a reason, and it might
Yeah.
be connected with Sayra.
Probably. That's...
So-
Yeah. Maybe she's a clone of Sierra. Maybe she's a... Who knows?
Ares looks nothing like her mom.
No.
And that's why I was
But
going to be like, maybe that's
she
because she's her
looks-
actual kid.
She looks everything like Sharsa's friend. So.
Okay, yeah. I was about to be like, yeah, maybe she takes after the dad. It's possible.
But if her name's upside down in comparison to everyone else's, that might mean that there's something.
There's something significant about her.
Yeah.
Beyond just that she's on a ship with a whole bunch of other people then that she shouldn't be. Or maybe she's the double agent the whole time.
Wow.
We haven't talked about Char's.
Maybe.
Do we think Char's could be a clone? I still don't buy all of his
I
backstory.
don't think so.
Because none of it's confirmable.
I'm not convinced that that's him, but I think he's not with his actual family anymore. Didn't he leave home, and isn't he living with a new family now, and that's why he
I
doesn't
get
look like his
that.
family?
I get that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't trust him in general because I said last time, like, Kanata's backstory, people can confirm they know about news reports and shit. Zack and Kittery can confirm each other's backstories. They've known each other. Yunhua is kind of similar to Kanata. They can confirm stuff. Ulfgar, they can confirm stuff. Luca, they can confirm stuff. Charse and Ares, no one knows them. No one's heard of them.
Those transfers.
It's literally just you have to take their word for it. What they're saying is true. Now we've confirmed some stuff about Ares that she has the. I think the technical term for it is adeptic memory. They call it photographic memory. What is the real term for it? Do you guys know?
I don't remember.
I forget. It's something with an E. But yeah, we can confirm that that's a physical trait kind of deal. Mm-hmm. We can't confirm, and I don't even know if she's talked about her backstory that much.
No.
And Charse, I don't trust Charse for that reason. I'm starting not to trust Ares now.
Well,
but I think we talked about that earlier.
I'm not going to state anything about what, like, because do you remember a few weeks ago when I mentioned, like, I was
about to say, you better not spoil anything for me right now.
No, when I saw a spoiler. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I'm just like, okay, weird. I want to see where this goes, because this is, what?
Oh, God, she's going to be the double agent. They're gonna pull a Winter Soldier.
No, it was, the thing is like, it was not in that context. It was in the context of a meme. So,
because that could mean anything, I guess.
But it implied something, so I'm just like, wait, what? Okay. Give me more details.
I can't now. I don't even know. It's like, I'm not sure whether to say that, like, this is a confirmation, this is a non-confirmation, this is just, I don't even know, man.
Oh, I'm not even sure. I'm just like, wait, what?
Well, who knows? We'll have to see what happens. I think this is a yay for everyone. I don't think we said on Cop Crap, but I think that Cop Crap is still a yay for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that.
I think at this point we should just make a permanent yay for Astral.
I don't want to do that. I feel like we should get in the habit of doing it every week, just in case. Because I feel like whenever these shows are done, we're gonna have to pick new shows.
Yeah.
And it's
we're also gonna need to like rank which show we liked better. Would that be something we could do?
See, it's like we can't really do that with the other one, Steins Gate, because we've already watched it, and
Steins Gate
so it's just like we're doing first place, second place. If we were doing a lot more shows, I'd be like, yeah, let's rank a couple of these and see like what's our top shows for the year. But maybe down the line, I could see us doing that at some point if we expand this a little bit.
Right. Well, we can definitely at least rank 3.
Yeah, but we know which one's the bottom one, though.
Oh yeah.
It's like, let's see, maybe the one we dropped is in first place. Yeah. Does anyone else have any stuff? I feel like Kanata's the one we've been theorizing about the most. Does anyone else have any theories?
Pretty much your theories are my theories for right now.
Yeah? Okay. Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. I guess that's it for Kanata. We'll continue with episode 9 next week. And
I also like too that there's been 8 episodes so far, and the opening's only been 4 episodes.
I was gonna ask about that. I wasn't sure if it was just because I'm like on a third-party site. I wasn't sure whether it was just like they didn't record it or
not.
not.
They've been doing that.
Okay.
Like the thing is like they're cutting the opening because some of these episodes, and they're also cutting the endings in some of these episodes because
they're trying to pack
there's so
it
much
in.
information that they need to get out within 12 episodes.
Well, I kind of like that to some degree because it's like they don't want to waste any time. They want to be constantly doing, because I think that's part of why we're saying there's probably not going to be a second season, because they're going to get everything done and it's going to be fully self-contained. And I feel like as long as they stick the landing, this is going to be a really good series.
I mean, honestly, this is the kind of series where I'd go and buy the manga after this, because I'm like, I want to actually read it.
See a comparison? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Because this is actually, like, really good. I'm actually really loving it. Like, a lot more than I thought I would love it.
Yeah, because I remember I'm trying to remember like what we were talking about early on whenever we were trying to decide which series to go with. You didn't. I mean, you were okay, I guess, with the show, but you weren't like overly enthused about it. I don't think.
Like, we hadn't really... Like, the first time we talked about it, I actually hadn't finished watching the first episode.
You what?
Which is why I wasn't so enthused about it.
Oh, you'd already seen it.
Hello?
I am here. You cut out for a moment.
Hello?
Oh dear, we've lost Chibs.
Hello?
Hi.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Better?
Hello?
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 Oh dear, wow, our internet's really bad.
Hello?
We're here!
Okay. I couldn't hear you.
That'll be a fun little section for everyone, I guess. I'm keeping that in. I'm gonna keep that in. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. No.
We could hear you the whole time.
Like, no one was talking, and like your
Yes, we were.
things weren't even lighting up.
It's alright.
Like, seriously, like, usually it has like that little green circle for whenever you guys are talking. I wasn't even getting that.
I had a feeling.
So
Okay, what were we talking about?
about how I was not like through Kanata no Astra episode 1 when we first started doing the thing.
Right, because it was a double episode.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I wasn't through the whole thing. So if I seemed like not too enthused, it's because I only got a small taste of it and was like,
I guess that's true.
okay. And
Okay.
most of it was just like running around introducing the characters, and I'm like, okay, I need plot.
I think they definitely made a good choice whenever they decided to do a double episode for the first one, because I think
for sure.
getting all of the introduction out of the way and then hitting you with plot, that wouldn't have been as good had it been a 2-episode deal.
No.
Because we can kind of say the same thing about the one we dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yeah, this is a yay, and we'll watch more of it next week. We got to be getting close to the end of it pretty soon.
I know.
We're probably going to the last 4 episodes in the next 4 weeks.
Ah,
I know, but we can rewatch it at some point, maybe.
I know.
I'll have to find something afterwards, but... Anyway, let's move on to our older anime. Let's go to Steins Gate, and we watched episode 9 and 10. We all did watch 9 and 10 this week, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Envy, I'm looking at you.
Sorry, I got disconnected for a second. Yes,
What's up?
we did. I got disconnected for a second, so
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I did watch 9 and 10.
Okay. So let's see here. We are doing more time travel shenanigans, but the shenanigans are starting to add up and cause more problems. I'm not gonna go like a 9 and 10. I'm just gonna say the overall thing, because these episodes do kind of, especially early in the series, kind of bleed into each other. But honestly, throughout the series, they all kind of bleed into each other a little bit. Nothing's really just an encapsulated episode in this series. But we got to talk with Ferris and found out about more about the IBN 5100 a little bit, where it came from anyway, and then we realized it's gone. Didn't know how that happened, because I guess it never showed up there, and everyone's like, oh god, we gotta really quit messing with this time machine. But they let Ferris use the machine, and they really mess up town as a result of it, because
Instead of it being a moe town, it's just a normal town.
yes, the May Cafe's gone, the anime shops are all gone, because, I guess, apparently her dad wasn't around. We won't say what happened for sure, but, because it's not really said in this episode. We know what happened, but we won't say for sure. Her dad wasn't around in the original timeline. As a result, moe culture got big because she was doing a bunch of stuff. Now that her dad's around, it's not happening as much. So that changed a lot of things. But we had a bit more stuff with Suzuha this week. Because they're looking for their dad. And they haven't like really met them. Mm-hmm. Not sure what he looks like. Haven't spoken to him, but they know where he's going to be at one point, and they want to meet up with them before they leave because they're leaving, or they're planning on leaving. And Okabe's like, "Oh, well, even if you like, whether you meet your dad or not, you gotta come say goodbye to everybody before you leave. We gotta have a party or something." Because, we're all friends, and Okabe's a nice guy who hides it under, weirdness. And, so they plan a party, and then she doesn't show up. And they're like, oh, how dare she? So they send an email back, and then that last night she did show up to the party, and the world line changes, and blah, blah, blah. And, Okabe had a really awkward moment that I really hate whenever they have it in the series.
The beginning of episode 9.
Yeah. I was like, do I want to talk about this? I hate watching it. Because it's just, that's bad. There's better ways of finding out whether that was gonna, I don't know. Maybe you should have confirmed that whenever you actually did the D-mail.
I guess the only part of that moment that I thought was kind of funny was the fact that Daru, of all people, were saying, dude, you're going too far.
I don't really find
it was awkward, but yeah, I agree. It was incredibly awkward, but yeah.
It's anyway. Okabe didn't realize that the D-mail worked, and Ruka was a girl now.
Ruka is not a dude.
Not a dude. Anywho. Did I miss anything? I feel like I missed some stuff.
There was the thing where before, like, the previous episodes, they forgot that, like, Moeka, or Shining Finger, they forgot that, like, she, I guess, her existence, like, it had been changed so she didn't come to the lab, but then...
And now in this one,
she did come to the lab, because they all know who she is again.
So it's like little things are changing back and forth.
And then there's the stuff with the IBN, like,
5100
or whatever. Yeah, 5100. Where before it was at the shrine, like, put there by, like, Ferris's dad, and then, like, now it's, like, and then it wasn't at the shrine, and then he had never, like, put it at the shrine to begin with.
Yeah, they're slowly losing even more track of that thing, and, I mean, to be fair, they already did crack through the stuff. It's just Okabe has to tell everybody about it, because no one else remembers it. But that's a problem because they can't go back and look at all the other stuff, unfortunately.
Whenever Okabe experiences his reading Steiner ability and the screen pops up with numbers, that's supposed to represent, like, okay, you're in a different line now.
They're changing world lines and doing all that stuff. We did get a little bit of backstory whenever, because he at least remembered, like, him and Mayuri were talking about whenever he was sick as a kid, and I guess he was feeling the same thing as the Reader Steiner ability. He's like, oh, maybe that was when it all happened. I don't remember this ever coming back up in the show, so this might just be a throwaway thing, but who knows? Might come back up again. It's been a while since I've watched this. Like, I know the major plot points coming up. I just don't remember all the details.
I think it comes up in the show, but it definitely comes up in the movie.
Okay, I have not watched that one yet. So, maybe we'll do that at some point. Maybe whenever we finish the series, we'll do that for that. I'm trying to think when we might...
September retrospective!
September retrospective. Hang on, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I gotta check my calendar, because that might be the right point. This is 9/10.
It's so funny watching the show nowadays, that I've seen the show before, how much foreshadowing there is in these episodes.
Oh,
this is a 26 episodes, right?
Yes.
24.
24? Yeah,
or
we want to do that in
25
October
with the
then.
OVA. Yeah.
October.
October.
Okay.
Oh god, we're going to be watching Steins Gate through to October.
Yay!
I mean, I'm not complaining. I do like the show. I'm just like, I thought we were going to be watching a lot more different things. But yeah. What else? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I thought I lost you guys for a moment. What else is... I feel like I missed some stuff in this. I was mainly going over the major plot points, I think.
I mean, that's pretty much the major plot points. The rest of the stuff is just minor character beats with each other, as always.
Yeah. I think we found out Karisu is a Next Generation fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her and Okabe definitely got a little bit closer this episode, in episode 10.
Yes. We can
Their
feel the,
romance was slowly beginning.
we can feel the ships.
Yeah. This is honestly, I think, like, the one visual novel turned anime that actually works really well.
I'm sure there has to be others.
There are others that have been adapted visual novels into animes, but this is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
By far, only because, like, the character beats aren't bad, and it's not like they take single episodes to, like, focus on specific root characters. I don't know. It's just, I prefer it a lot more than others that I've seen.
I get that.
I've only seen a few anime based off of visual novels, so yeah, this one's definitely my favorite.
I think.
Okay, guys,
What's up?
Let's get a monster from anime here.
I'd be fine with that. I think. Well, here's what I think, and here's why this one probably works better than a lot of other ones. In a lot of other visual novels, you're like the protagonist versus Okabe is the protagonist, and
That's just so much personality.
yeah, and that's the thing. In most other visual novels, it's a blank slate, and when they translate it to an anime, who the hell is the character? The protagonist is a blank slate, so they're either super boring or they give them a personality that someone didn't play as, so they're not going to like it anyway. Like, the fact that they already have established characters and personalities to work with instead of having to invent something or just leave them milquetoast is a huge advantage for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, why I would love a Monster Prom anime, but what are Oz, Vicky, Brian, and what was Red's name? Amira. What are their personalities?
I've always, like, seen Vicky more as, like, the peppy one.
Okay, we got a peppy
Oz
one.
is more soft-spoken, kind of
Okay.
studious. Brian's kind of the chill, laid-back type. And Amira's kind of, like, sort of, like, I would describe kind of the adventurous daredevil one.
Okay,
But
so
that's
those
just
are
me.
4 personality types. How can we describe Okabe?
Nutty.
Now you
That's
say
it? That's all you're going to say?
What? Well, I was gonna say for right now you describe him as eccentric, but once the second half of the show begins after next week's 2 episodes, you'll see there's a lot more layers to him.
I'm just saying, like, yeah.
He's an onion.
I feel like there's a bit, like, yeah, I just think, yeah, he's a character who came with a character and was written and all that stuff versus you really put whatever personality you want with whatever the protagonist is that you're playing as.
He's kind of like Yama from Lucid 9, except where Okabe is, like, really eccentric. Yama's very, like...
Jeff Winger?
Yes.
Yeah. That might be a good one to adapt at some point. Well, we'll see how it ends, but...
Mm-hmm.
Plug in that, because we're going to keep playing that. I don't care if the views keep going down. I like it.
I do, too.
Same.
Having too much
Like,
fun
I
with
honestly
it.
think it's, like, my favorite game that we're playing right now. So...
Well, we'll have to play some more games and figure out what else to do. I feel like we're getting off on a tangent here.
Yeah, sorry.
Do we have other things to say about Steins Gate? I feel like we definitely talk more about the newer anime. Like, I think part of the issue with Steins Gate that I don't feel like we talk about it a lot is, one, because we've seen it, but, like, two is, like, it's really just building to the midpoint at this point.
We'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot to unload next time. So, look forward to that. But do we have anything else to say now, before that happens?
Not that I can think of.
Okie dokie. Then I guess that's it. We'll be continuing on with more of this next week. We're gonna be, I mean, it's a yay. We're gonna watch more Steins Gate because it's a good series. Next week we'll be watching episode 8 of Copcraft, episode 9 of Kanata no Astra. I think episode 11 and 12 of Steins Gate. Definitely watch the Steins Gate. I mean, definitely watch all of them because they're all doing pretty good as far as shows go, and they're all pretty enjoyable. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Anyone else have anything to say on any of these shows or anything just in general? No?
No.
Alrighty. Then we'll see you all next time. Watch the stuff with us. Watch our gaming stuff. Watch whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to plug stuff. I don't know how to plug stuff. Bye-bye.
Bye.